unexpectedly pretty sick the past couple of weeks. He's ready, and not sure if he knows what he's ready for, but he's ready. I'm gonna be honest, that scares me to death. Not sure what this little guy is, but we're gonna get him out. No. Oh, you are a handsome little dude. Couldn't get out of that water, could you? Where shall I put you? How about if we come over here where you can dry out and warm up? Preferably not on my hand because I have other things I need to do. Oh, you just want to take a minute, huh? I see you. Okay, well, what if we put you on the ledge over here? There you go. Well, good morning. So it has been quite a journey for me. Yeah, I've been unexpectedly pretty sick the past couple of weeks. Actually, this whole year has been really rough on me, but I came down with it again a few weeks ago. On July 27th, I went to the emergency room because I had some pain in my lungs, and it turned out I had pneumonia. I stayed for 5 days. Came home on a Thursday, tried to work from home on Friday, but I just didn't have the energy. Saturday, Sunday, I was pretty okay. Monday, Tuesday, I went to work. Wednesday, I started feeling down again. Thursday, Friday, I couldn't go to work. Saturday, I ended up back in the emergency room. This time, it was due to a nasty rash that had appeared starting on my wrists, and then just kind of spreading all over my arms and to a few other places. I've got one right here on my head. I've got them up on my scalp, and a couple of nasty ones on my legs. But turns out that they were a reaction to some of the medication that I've been on. And I've been on so many lately that I don't know which one it is. Sorry, I'm just watching the pig's pool here. I'm filling it with water. I don't want it to overflow. And I need to go to an allergist now to see what might have caused it so that we can avoid this happening in the future. So anyway, today is the first day that I'm cautiously optimistic that I'm actually on the mend. I still have some of this rash. I don't know if you can see it very well in this lighting or not, but oh, phone call. Okay, well, that was just someone calling in saying they weren't going to be able to make it to work today. So, okay, yeah, so I'm hoping that the allergist can figure out what happened, what I suddenly became allergic to. I tell you, this year has been a little crazy. I turned 50 and everything fell apart. I have great advice for any of you who are under 50. If you're at all able to take it, go straight from 49 to 51. Might be a little easier on you. Sure would have been easier on me, but oh well. I'm here to tell about it, so that's a good thing. So apparently we have some killer pigs. Past couple of days when I've come in here, well, this is my first day in here since I went in the hospital, but before that I was noticing some feathers. Now there's a whole wing. What are you guys doing? We're feeding you. I'm not sure why they're doing that. I didn't realize that they would do that, but here you go. Poor Grace. I don't know why she is so fearful of me. All the chasing around the pen to collect her brothers and sisters has traumatized her or what, but she is terrified of me. And so that's something we're going to have to work on once it cools down and I can spend a little bit more time out here. But I mean, look at her. She's just keeping a close eye on me. If I were to so much as take 2 steps towards her, she'd run. If she's trying to get some water and I even head in that direction, she's off. So poor little thing. I don't know what's up with her, but she's going to take some work. See, I've got to get the hose and see what happens when I start walking that direction. See, yeah, I'm not even going any closer than this, and she's hiding behind Mama. Wow, it's a hot one today. I brought the camera out because I was going to talk about the goats and our plans for the next few weeks and stuff, and I didn't think I was going to be worn out by the time I fed them, but here we are. Yeah, so I mentioned in our previous video that I'm going to be getting ready to breed the goats. So we got a lot of stuff we got to figure out for that. Yeah. So goats gestation period is 145 to 155 days. So right around 5 months, 5.5 months, something like that. So looking at the calendar, I'm thinking about when would be a good time to have babies on the ground, and that would be no earlier than January 20th. And that's because we have a blackout period for vacation at work, and so I need to be able to take time off to be here. I've been very fortunate in the 3 goat births we've had here already. They've all done very well on their own, and in fact, when Ruby had Diamond, I came out and found a completely cleaned up kid and stall. You would never have known that there was, you know, a birth that had just taken place in here. But yeah, the others did great as well. I was able to be here a little bit more quickly with them, but yeah, so they all did fine. I know that they usually do fine on their own, but I've seen enough horror stories where a kid is in the wrong position or needs help coming out or just all kinds of things, and I'm gonna be honest, that scares me to death, and I'm afraid of being in that position. Like I said, I've watched a lot of videos, and I think I've got a lot of good information on what to do in certain circumstances, and I've got a lot of good resources to you know, to deal with that. But still, when you're actually in the situation, all bets are off. So anyway, I thought I'd just show you who we've got here and what my plan is right now. Now, I have 7 does, female goats, that I could breed, but no way. That's way too much. And so yeah, especially since this is my first time and I've got so much stuff I've got to figure out, I don't want to jump in that deep just yet. So let's see who we've got here. Alright, so here are 2 of my girls. Oreo right there, and her daughter Snickerdoodle. these two, Snickerdoodle is a definite yes. I definitely want to breed her. She's gorgeous. She is friendly. She's got a really nice personality. And yeah, she's just a beautiful girl. So I definitely want to go there. I thought about not breeding Oreo, and that's still a possibility, but she made such beautiful babies, and I'd kind of like to give her another chance at that. Ruby here is the first one that we had, and she was the first one that gave birth, but I am not going to breed her. The reason is because even though she was a great mom, if you can see her udder down there, it's kind of a mess. One side is bigger than the other, and I just don't want to take any chances of hurting her anymore. She only had one baby, and that's probably what happened. Diamond over here is her daughter, so she's the one who did the damage. Now, I'm questioning whether or not I want to breed her too for that same reason. Now, an udder is not going to fill up with milk or anything unless certain conditions are met. Of course, one of them being pregnancy and having a baby. But let's see if I can get her here. Look at her. She's got an udder that has already grown, and that's probably because she's a little fat, and it could be because her mom has issues. I don't know, but I'm kind of leaning towards not breeding Diamond. Gorgeous Faith here is another one that I'm on the fence about. She's a beautiful girl, and she has such a neat story of how she came to us, and she's a great mom. She did reject, oh, Valor, come on now. You don't always need to be the center of attention. She did reject one of her babies, but most likely she was sick, had something wrong with her, and, you know, Faith knew that. So the reason why I'm leaning, you know, towards not breeding her is just because we had an issue, bless you, we had an issue with Valor, her son here, and it could be a fluke, it could happen to anybody, but I don't know if it's something that could be genetic, and that was he had a blockage, a urinary calculi, so we had to have the vet out and spend a lot of money to have him do a little minor surgical procedure on him. And okay, come on, Valor, off. And I just don't know if I want to take that chance again. But again, that could happen with anybody. So Faith is a wild card. I'm not really sure yet. Next we have Joy. Joy is Faith's daughter, and I'm leaning towards yes on breeding her. She is beautiful. She's a relatively uncommon color pattern, which isn't the reason you breed goats. I'm not into showing or anything like that, but I am interested in genetics, and she has some interesting genetics, so that's why I'm leaning towards breeding her. And finally is Miss Navy over here. So Navy is a definite yes. She is one that I bought for the very purpose of breeding her. I love her blue eyes and her moon spots, and with the blue eyes from her future mate, we're gonna have blue-eyed babies, and who knows what else coming through. She's being very shy. She is very shy, but she's a beautiful girl that I can't wait to see what she comes up with. Of course, it's not possible to have babies without a daddy. So, Bo here is going to be the lucky guy who gets to take that role. He's ready, and I'm not sure if he knows what he's ready for, but he's ready. He is smelling like a buck. One interesting thing about bucks, which I don't know why God made them this way, but whatever, who am I to question God, is that, see that handsome beard on his face? Hey, Bo, where are you going? Well, that beard is a perfect place for cologne, for goat cologne. Yeah, you heard that right. Now, granted, it's not something that I want to bottle and spray on my body, but apparently the does like it. Yeah, the males actually pee on themselves. They think it makes them more attractive to the females. Apparently it works because the goat population keeps growing. Well, this could be a problem. What in the world happened? Obviously, the cactus was dying. Oh boy. And this isn't exactly something we can take care of ourselves.
Here comes
Guess I get to call some cactus removal companies or something. Holy crap. Look what I just found. Just came out to check on the tortoises because we found Ian outside of the fence, and I saw movement that wasn't normal. Look at this guy. Wow. I don't want to get too close just because I don't know what kind he is, except I think he's probably a harmless king snake. Definitely not a rattler. You can see the end of his tail there. There's no rattle, and the markings are all wrong for rattlesnake anyway. He doesn't have a diamond-shaped head. Where's he going? He's going inside that. Oh boy. Now I'm going to be scared to come out here. I wonder if he's living in there with the tortoises. Wow. That is not what I was expecting to come out here and see this morning. Kind of cool though. Yeah, I was just thinking the other day how it's been a while since we've seen a snake here, and I've never seen that kind. But hopefully he's here helping us with our rat problem. And if that's the case, and also keeping the rattlesnakes away, he's more than welcome to stay and do his job. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If so, make sure you're subscribed to our channel, click that like button, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so you don't miss any future videos.